When you are on a spiritual journey, you first of all make it firm that you are a soul. A soul means incorporeal, invisible, subtle for the physical senses. You can understand yourself as being an eternal unit of energy, a unit of incorporeal light, a unit or a point of conscious energy. You experience your qualities in their original form. And you also experience that you do not belong to the physical world. There are different laws for the spirit. There are spiritual laws for the spirits. And one of these laws is that you are eternal. You have never been created and you never die. There is never a time when you did not exist, and there will never going to be a time when you cease to exist. You don't have a beginning nor an end. And you use your mind and intellect to make sense of what eternity is. You have a felt sense. With the body, with your mind, you can have an experience of what it means to be immortal. And you, as a soul, may go through stages of being fully aware that you are eternal and divine. And then you are less aware of that. Some kind of forgetfulness creeps in. You forget your eternal nature. You forget your divinity. And comes a time when you are completely eclipsed by ignorance, confusion, darkness, and you have the feeling that you don't even know what a soul is. You go against the soul, you go against God, you defame, you oppose, you consider yourself being an atheist. You say, no, soul does not exist, God does not exist, spiritual world doesn't exist, it doesn't make sense. And the soul is the one who is saying it. The soul is publishing books about unexistence of soul. And the soul is publishing all kind of materials and giving talks and YouTube videos that God, his Father, doesn't exist. That is a full eclipse of your consciousness, of the consciousness of being an eternal point of spiritual incorporeal light. When this eclipse happens, what can you do? In the physical world, the eclipse comes and goes, and you cannot stop it, you cannot prevent it. You can protect yourself, you can consider how to have light and heat when there is a sun eclipse, but the eclipse in itself cannot be stopped. So here as well, it is observed that in your spiritual journey, an eclipse is arising every now and then. And you feel like you are constantly in an ascent stage, that you are constantly going upwards with the help of the Supreme Soul. But sometimes you have to face difficulties from the past, weaknesses from the past that are now revealed to you. You didn't know about a certain fear, you didn't know about certain sadness that was there in the soul. Now, as you become cleaner and clearer, you start seeing them. They start to pop up. And then your faith is tested. How much faith do you have in that moment to continue and not to stop when something like an obstacle comes your way? So every now and then, you become the obstacle. Whatever was in your past becomes an obstacle. Let's say fear comes up. Fear of not being good enough. Fear of not being safe. Fear of not being able to relate to others, to create good relationships. Fear for the protection of the body, maintenance of the body, survival of the body. And all this fear will come up and will create that eclipse. The soul will not going to be able to shine fully. There will be a little bit of you shining and expressing your truth, and a part of you will be covered in the dust of fear. There will be a vibration of fear. There will be an energy of anxiety, which will be visible on your face, in your actions, in your words. Everyone can see it apart from you. Only you think that you're doing well, but others can sense that fear. A supreme soul can also see that you, the soul, the child of God, on one hand, you've made so much progress and you are powerful and knowledgeful and blissful. And there is a part of you that is eclipsed by that fear from the past. So, to become someone who has an intellect full of love and full of conviction, you have to face that fear. You have to see it and face it. There is no other way. You cannot sweep it under the carpet. You cannot pretend that it does not exist. You cannot chase it away. The eclipse is here. You cannot deny it. It is here. It will continue for a few moments, and eventually it will disappear. The eclipse will go away, and the sun will be fully shining once again. So the eclipse of the soul will also go away, and the soul will shine once again. And whilst there is the eclipse, you have to face it, you have to look at it. You have to accept that fear, acknowledge it, and understand it, and then let it go. Do not be drained by it. Do not analyze it. Do not invite it for longer discussions. Just see the root cause. The root cause of all fear is the separation from the Supreme Soul. But now that you are in the eclipse, you cannot be with the Supreme Soul. To have the courage, to have the faith that it will go away. And all you have to do is to stay stable, to stay in whatever truth you can experience now. Hold on to that little truth that is available. Keep it in the intellect that the help will come every moment now. And the help should also come from within. When you know your heart, and in this knowledge you are constantly told, you are a mother of the world, a mother will put up herself when there is some fear, when there is some situation. The mother will remember her children. She will say, well, I don't have time now to be tired, to be fearful, to be disconnected, to be disheartened, because the children need me. So by taking it personally that you are a mother of the world, you have to play that role. And people around you see you with that role. They take support from you, they take nourishment, they take spiritual sustenance. They trust you and they look up to you because you enable them to become truthful. So a mother will have all that sense of duty. It's a sacred duty, it's a beautiful duty, the duty to help the children, help others. So when the eclipse comes, when the fear is there, hold on to your good heart, a generous heart, an open heart, a heart that may experience some fear, but a heart that is kind and compassionate and creates courage based on this attitude of a mother. I have to be able to go through this for the sake of myself and everyone else. So the world will see you as being an army of mothers, an army because you encourage each other and you find a lot of support in the unity. You know there is only one enemy, and that enemy is fear, is insecurity, is a vice. There is no other external enemy. So this army of mothers can defeat that fear, can remove the eclipse through their courage, through their faith, through their conviction. You become one who really believes in the power of the soul and the power of the Supreme Soul. So today gives a proof of an intellect that has love for God and has faith in God, has the conviction that truth is here. I am in the possession of truth. Truth will remove falsehood, and truth will resolve all the fears of the past. So today, whenever there is a moment of doubt, of fear, of questioning, who am I? What am I? How can I trust myself? I don't have self-esteem. I don't believe in me. Whenever that moment comes, that eclipse, first of all, remember that you have that pure attitude, an attitude of service, an attitude of helping everyone else around you. And you can go through that eclipse as fast as possible. You can make it very short. The spiritual eclipse doesn't have a certain duration of time. You can make it as short as 1 second, as short as 1 minute. And in that minute, remember your eternal nature. Remember that behind all that fear, there is an eternal divine soul. And you are the one who are the support of the world. You are the support for yourself and for many others. So everything can change in the next moment. Do not make it long. Do not make it stay. Let go of that fear in the next moment. Today, experiment with being without an eclipse, being always full and shining and full of love, full of faith. Be in the army, the leader of the army. Be the one who inspires others to defeat darkness and ignorance. The more you engage with a study, with an army of spiritual soldiers, the more you lead others into removing darkness and ignorance, the safer you are from all the fears. The more you cultivate courage and independency and initiative, the more fear will disappear, will not have its place anymore. So enjoy being without an eclipse. And if 1 minute of eclipse occurs, then stay still, stay stable, hold the hand of the Supreme in full faith, in full trust, and remember your higher mission. And then the eclipse of fear will go very quickly, in seconds.